Men who like to keep their morning routine simple will love these multi-for-him gummies, specially formulated with 12 key nutrients designed to support men's daily nutritional needs. Nature-made multi-for-him gummies help support muscle and bone health. It improves your immune health, and it increases your energy metabolism. With the quality you can trust, nature-made multi-for-him gummies have no artificial flavors, no synthetic dyes, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial sweeteners, and is gluten-free. Pharmacists around the world have recommended Nature Made to be the #1 vitamin and supplement brand. So when you need something that's going to help you get you through the day, when you need something that's going to increase your energy to help you get you through that workout, to make you perform as an elite athlete at the top of your ability, try Nature Made multi-for-him gummies, because you don't want to stop to the 12th round.
Welcome to the Terror Dome. You should be heading home, cause you could bring all of your ninjas and the Technodrome. I rip right through your flesh and bone and mental capacity. Flood your mind with atrocities and copious tragedies. This dark Sabbath is a lesson in the street. Behold the church of the ghetto, feel the words when I preach. Amen. Let the Lord say a prayer for they don't end up in front of someone banging their trigger. Living life like a war pig. Fuck the law, I'm getting mine. Let the others figure what the cost is. Purchasing the fortress on gorgeous acres enormous. Car park full of foreigners and women just waiting on us. We living the dream. Y'all living like hell is earthbound. We are not the same. You've been a lame since birth, pal. I don't feel sorry. I recommend they go dirt bound. Doggy dog world, and you've been looking like Chuck Brown.
Well, beautiful people, best damn nation. It is Wednesday, and you know what time it is. It is the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. I am your humble host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. First of all, if you see this man in the dark alley, run. He will beat you up and throw your ass in the trash can. He is the green-eyed bandit. He fights people. Sometimes he bites people. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he can whoop your dirty ass, the one and only Roosevelt, the fighter. What's happening?
Nothing much, man. Hey, listen, I don't even want to take too much time to even do my little intro myself, because I'm going to let y'all know. We talk about it every single week and how I fight people, I bite people, and if you don't want to see me in a dark alley, you know where the darkness comes from? You know where my true evil comes from? It comes from our guest today, okay? My guest today would be the devil on this shoulder and then the evil on this shoulder, okay? He's a very special guest, and you listen. Y'all better be listening to whatever this man says. Okay, this entity. I don't even call him a man no more. This is an entity. You guys need to make sure you pay close attention. This is stuff that they tell you about, and when you're a kid, and they say, you know, there's a monster under your bed, in the closet, and in your dreams. Okay, this man right here is why we have cartoons. To erase the nightmares that this man gives us, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you, and I want to scare the hell out of you with this man, Soul Taker.
Oh, Did it got cold in here to anybody else?
Yeah, it's a little chilly. A little
Oh,
chilly.
it's just
What's going on, gentlemen?
I think I need to change my drawers real quick. That's boy. The Soul Taker just scared the hell out of me. What's happening, my brother? My entity. What's happening with you, man?
Well, first off, that introduction was incorrectly done.
Mm.
So let's reintroduce myself. The nigga taker.
All right. Going there already. All right, let's do it.
You're right there.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it.
Let's jump into reintroducing myself.
Yes. Yes.
All
Ladies and
right.
gentlemen.
Can I give him a shot?
Go ahead. Go for it. Do it.
All right. This is what dreams and nightmares are made of. Whenever you feel a cold chill on your skin, whenever you are in the bed and you wake up but you can't move your body because you're paralyzed from fear. Whenever you can't close your eyes because it's a figure in the corner and you don't know if it's a shadow or a demon. Ladies and gentlemen, of the best damn wrestling podcast, I'll introduce to you the Nigga Taker.
See, you introduced it like if you're having P. Diddy on your show. So let's reintroduce myself. Let's let Roosevelt try once more.
All right.
All right.
I gave it a try.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me help you understand what is happening right now. This is why we have monsters who run from a monster such as a man, the entity that we have here tonight. Freddy Krueger's nightmares are made from this entity that we have here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, keep a nightlight on because you're entering the world of the Nigga Taker.
All right, I can go for that. Now
Well,
we can start appropriately. But some people may feel uncomfortable saying that, so we can say Soul Taker or the Hard R Superstar.
Hard
I like that.
I like that one.
I like that. All right. Oh man. Well, let's get into it, man. I like to start the shows off with this question, man. And if people don't know that this brooding figure is a wrestler, man, I want to know, when did you first fall in love with wrestling?
I fell in love with wrestling back in 1977 when I was brutally murdered inside of a funeral home called the Cantrell Funeral Home. So I came back to life to punish the souls of the living. And that's when I fell in love with torturing individuals, choke slamming individuals, getting my hand raised. So that's when I can just say, I love this business.
Where did you first get your training at? Like, what got you into the mindset of saying, you know what, I need to get my revenge on those who have wronged me?
Well, when I was working in the cemetery, placing bodies underground,
lifting tombstones, placing them right next to their bodies. And I said, I can do this for a living, especially in the world of pro wrestling.
Mm. Run down a couple of names of souls that you have taken in your wake.
There's too many to think of, but I can say there's a guy by the name of the Brooklyn Brawler, the Monster Abyss, Pat Tanaka. The list goes on and on. Even the vampire himself, Kevin Thorne, came to my demise as I placed him in a casket. But I can just say it doesn't matter what names I place in caskets. Once you take on the demon of fear, the soul taker, you'll never, ever be the same again. And I'm sure once I take their soul, their lifespan in the ring, a few years will come off from the pain and punishment that I put upon them.
Mm.
I
Well,
see you color boys are very speechless.
excuse
Very,
me, sir, colored?
Yes, you color boys are speechless, right?
very, absolutely.
That's good.
Your demeanor has something very familiar to a lot of some of the fans of professional wrestling. One being the Undertaker. Uh, Tell us
Uh,
your how you feel about being compared to the Undertaker.
well, I can just tell you this. When I came around some 20 years ago or so, yes, the people would chant Undertaker, Undertaker, Undertaker wannabe. But now when I go to these shows, everybody say Soul Taker, Soul Taker. The Undertaker is a Caucasian man. I am not Caucasian. The Undertaker comes out with a hat and a coat. I do not come out with a hat and a coat. I come out with a shovel. The Undertaker says, rest in peace. I say, no, souls matter.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm glad that you said those differences in between your demeanor and the Undertaker's. I mean, and obviously it's a great comparison, just because of who the Undertaker is and what he means to fans and wrestling fans. Um, when you wrestle, um, what do you love about being in the ring?
What do I love? I really don't like or love anything, but I get to thrive off the fans that show up and give me the support I need to perform the best matches I possibly can. I may not be around forever, but I can just tell you this. If I have to hang up the boots tomorrow, I can say I had one of the greatest careers of all time. I've been to a lot of places. I took in a lot of souls in the places I've been. I've been the main attraction in several different promotions, and I feel honored by the devil himself, or should I say, I've been blessed by the devil himself to give me this ability to do what I do.
You mentioned being a part of a lot of promotions. Have you gone international, taking souls there?
Yes, so far, if they can let me fly over due to minor problems, I'm going to be over there. But I have wrestled all over Canada, and I got a lot of things that's coming up in Canada. But on a shoot, by me having a 10-year-old, it's hard for me to do things what I need to do. But I can just tell you this: you can't make your baby mama upset. You know, the money in the bank contract where you can cash in and go after any championship.
Hmm.
What I can just tell you this: there's a suitcase held over me called the child support in a bank contract where she can just cash it in on me at any time, any place, anywhere. And I do not need that to happen.
Yeah, I understand that. Um,
Who was
the
you understand that, right? I'm sure you have kids. We've been on a show together, Roosevelt. So
Yes, yes,
we
yes,
had a
absolutely.
conversation about your kids and stuff.
Hmm.
And the funny thing is, when our ride was picking us up, I didn't know who you were, and you did not know who I were, and we ended up in the same car going to the same promotion.
Yeah, that was and I wanted to touch on that story real quick. So we were on our way to Texas, and I just happened to see him in the airport, and I was like, no, it wasn't Texas. It was what was it? Arkansas,
Memphis
Memphis. We was on our way to
for
Memphis.
Southern Extreme Wrestling.
Yes, and I happened to look at him. I said, man, this dude look like he can about to go beat somebody, like kill somebody right now. And I was sitting there, and I was like, man, is WWE in town? I don't remember seeing anything about it because he had on a WWE shirt as well. And it wasn't until we got off the plane and we got in the same cars. Oh, you know what? Hey, man, I know who you are. Yeah, I know you too. And then we got to chopping it up. Um, have you had opportunities with WWE?
Nope. I can just say with my age, by me being close to 50 years old, that can play a big part on everything. And it could have been tryouts, but I didn't work hard enough like I should have. But you never know what can happen. Maybe they would need a producer or something. If Abyss is a producer, maybe I can do something like that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I always speak on everything as possible. Running back to Abyss, walk us through the match that you've had with him.
Well, back in 2015 or so, it was a Monsters Ball match. And I can just say Abyss is not that much bigger than me, but it came out a blast
Mm.
and probably one of the most fun matches I have ever had in the early days of the 2000s or so.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Brian.
yeah, you mentioned that you had a 10-year-old daughter. Is she thinking about being a soul taker as well, taking up the mantle?
Well, the daughter of death is always on the road with me when I'm doing local events. But when daddy is traveling far, she can't go.
Mm.
But she have seen me live on pay-per-view out in New York for XPW. And that was a big thrill to have her see me get involved in hardcore type of matches. So that was a big thrill for me. That's probably the only thrill. She thrives me to do this. I was going to retire years ago, but when she came into this world, I said I need to give her something where she could remember me by. So now she has all the memories from all the towns, from walking Manhattan, Times Square, and all that. And she still talks about it to this day. She said, Daddy, when are we going back to the NYC? And I said, the time is going to come when we go, when I do not have to perform, where I can at least enjoy myself.
Absolutely. I know that you have like a really dark and powerful demeanor, and your whole personality is very deep dark. But that's got to make like your heart kind of bump differently when you see that your daughter has the pride of seeing you perform and wanting to spend those quality times with you.
Yeah, sometimes the dad does have some type of compassion, and that's the only compassion that I may have and enjoy. But I can just tell you this, my daughter, she she met all the good superstars. She met Kurt Angle, she met the Boogeyman. And it's funny that the Boogeyman called me the other day, not wanting to talk to me, but wanting to talk to my daughter.
Mm,
And he praised me about my personality, her personality. Even Teddy Long even asks this about my daughter and saying that she could be the future of professional wrestling when it comes to the women division. But I also told my daughter this: if you get into this business, do one thing for me. Be way better than me. Go to places where I've never been. The sky's the limit.
absolutely. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, yeah. I think that when you said something that was very profound, and that the dead does have compassion. And I think if um, when you were when you were reborn as the soul taker, right? Does that same vengeance drive you right now?
Oh, I think
I
he's
don't know.
frozen.
It was a little
No,
pause
no.
going on.
Okay.
You probably have to,
Yeah. Oh, okay. Repeat the question. Yeah.
yeah,
Does that
repeat
same
the
does that
question.
okay? Yeah. I was saying, does the same vengeance drive you today, or what drives you differently from when you first started to now? And I know that your daughter, you mentioned that you have a daughter, and that you want her to have the best out of this life, and do things that you weren't able to do. But what drives you currently, like right now?
Well, I can just tell you this. When I first started, getting on shows was very, very hard, especially when they seen this type of character that I presented with them. And back in those days, when I was alive, I was known as Michael Antoine McMahon. But I can just tell you this: showing a promoter matches or whatever I did on VCR tapes and asking them, hey, take a look. Maybe you can benefit me on your show. Maybe I can, uh, get some more asses in the seats. And most of the time, the promoters will take your VCR tape. Most of them maybe didn't even look at it, or they'll throw it away or say they didn't get to it. But now, this day and age of the social media, where your platform is right on your phone, where you could cut your promos, showcase your matches, do whatever you need. You can even get millions and millions of followers and viewers by whatever you may do. I went viral a few times. I recently went viral last year because of a scene that I was in, and it made my popularity go even further. Where if a promoter brings me in now and put me on their match card or their poster, and you can see the comments of the people saying, "Holy shit, they bringing in the Soul Taker." But I like the other name better. Most of them would say that. They would like the Nigga Taker thing better. But uh yeah, so it's like this version of my Soul Taker character is probably the most popular version. And once you get in pro wrestling, and I tell these young guys, that first character that you have may not be with you all the time. You have to reinvent yourself. This version of me is probably the best version of the Soul Taker.
Hmm. Reinventing yourself, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be able to change the character to a certain extent. But you are not a small guy. What's your workout regimen like?
Well, I hit the gym, or should I say, I hit the caskets, do deadlifts on caskets, take the concrete of the broken tombstones, lift them above my heads. Because if I go into a regular gym, it scares the people that works out. So I just gotta maintain what I have so I can compete at the top of my level.
Absolutely, I could see you running through a couple of cemeteries and up hills and picking up mausoleums. We got a couple of your shows that you have coming up. One being NCG on May 22nd through the 25th. Um, Talk to us about this show. You have a couple matches coming up during that entire weekend. You have one with Guerrero Sierra, and then the other one is with this gentleman, Chuck Stein. Talk to us about this upcoming show.
All right, well, let's talk about the Mexican man, Mr. Guerrero. That's going to be on Friday, May 23rd. And one thing about him, when I take on him, I'm going to deport his soul out of this body. Then we can go to the next guy. That's going to be on Sunday, the 25th. Me and him, the dirty white boy Chuck Stein, we've been knowing each other for a long, long time. He's known as one of the kings of the death matches.
Hmm.
But I can just tell you this, king of the death matches. I deal with death. So after I defeat the king, I will be death itself.
Absolutely. And just running down this flyer, you guys got a couple of things going on. I think You also have a convention coming up. I don't
That
have
just
it.
happened this
It
past
just happened
weekend. But
this
this
past
one
weekend.
right here, June 28th in Leamington, Ontario, Canada. The big man, somebody that's bigger than me, the Giant Orion, the NCG World Heavyweight Champion. Now, the last time I seen him, he cashed in his crown. They have something where sometime last year it was a ladder match, and whoever climbs the top of the ladder to grab the crown can cash in that championship. Is almost like a Money in the Bank type concept.
Mm-hmm.
So he eventually won that ladder match sometime last year, and he had a year to cash in. So 2 shows ago, he cashed in on the champion due to me, because I had a feud with their former champion. So
Mm-hmm.
I came out, destroyed that champion by the name of Stone Rockwell, and he cashed in his crown. The reason why he's the champion is because of me. And on June 28th, I challenged him to my specialty, a casket match. And also at Headstrong, this event, Al Snow will be there hosting his seminar for young and upcoming talent.
Mm. Just to speak on Al Snow, if you guys, young wrestlers that are watching the Best Damn Wrestling podcast right now, if you're not trying to partake in this seminar, you're doing a discredit to yourself. Al Snow seminars have always been top notch. Like, you're going to get a lot of information, a lot of feedback, and he's always going to make you better. Anytime I've been around Al Snow, it's always been an opportunity to get better. So you guys make sure that you go to their website or their Facebook page and find out all the information for this seminar coming up with Al Snow, and be sure to check out our man Soul Taker take on Giant Orion for the NCG Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. Real quick. Obviously, you're a black man, and you took up the mantle of a dark, brooding um, personality like that of a Viscera or a Boogeyman. So you are in a group um, that is really changing the image of black wrestlers. Correct. What does it mean for you to take up that genre of character?
It means a lot from where I came into the business till now, December 1995. That's when I came into this business. Not always a competitor, but I had my first professional wrestling match in 1998 after coming in. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of dues to pay to to do and to do what I do or what I did at the time. But I can just say this, as a black man, this business hasn't always been about us.
Mm.
But now we are dominating every form of sport that we get in. And I'm glad to see a lot of these young men dominating the indie scene, having a blast, making the money that they need to make, getting out there doing these tryout matches. I don't care if you're an extra on WWE, AEW, TNA. Get out there, grind, because it's a hard and tough business. just make sure you're financially taken care of, because sometimes you won't make the money that you expect. When I got into this business, I thought I was going to be making ton of money. But when that promoter hands you that envelope and you open it, $25. I'm not worth $25. But you never know. Some shows you may not get paid. So some of it is part of paying dues. But I can just tell you this, I make more money when I wrestle out of state compared to in state, because I am considered an attraction. Everybody in Michigan has already seen me. So they already know what the Demon of Fear, the Soul Taker, is about. But when I'm out of state and I'm far, far away, that's where the fun happens.
Oh, there's another character out there by the name of Cocaine. Oh, and I think a match between the two of you would be very, very interesting. Tell us about. Um, do you have any interest in getting in a match with a guy named Cocaine?
We already done something in the ring together. And that was the viral moment, because I told him this was a Juggalo Championship Wrestling pay-per-view, Hollow Wicked. And it was a six-way match that had Simon Gotch in there. Can't think of the other names. Uh, Tarzan Durant, Chewy Williams. If I forget anybody's name, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or whatever. And I told Cocaine that people are going to eat it up. They're going to look at it as Kane versus The Undertaker. And sure in the hell, they did. And he beat me in the center of the ring due to that powerful drug that is undefeated, that has defeated every wrestler in the 80s, cocaine.
Mm.
And
Okay.
it made somebody like the bizarre one, Goldust, upset. It made a lot of people upset, because I'm sure they dealt with cocaine in their career.
Yeah, and in a sense, you guys kind of brought some pain and fear into the match. So on a lot of different levels, I guess it did deliver in that sense. You know what I'm saying? If somebody who's looking at it and thinking, "Oh, drugs have no place in wrestling." Well, everything has a place in wrestling. We've seen some of the most craziest storylines that I probably will ever see. Have you ever been involved in any crazy storylines other than the one that you just mentioned?
Far as the Soul Taker goes, not really. But I can just say I did a match where I poured gasoline over my opponent, and his mom was there, and she had the match stop because they thought I was literally going to set their son on fire. And then the promoter was like, if you set him on fire, our show can get shut down, and the fire commission will be there to stop the show, where we can't run at that building anymore. That's the only one I can think of at the moment. But in my previous life, as the Michael Antoine McMahon character, he was very controversy. He was the illegitimate son of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, where Vince
There's a lot
McMahon
of them.
has Vince McMahon had sex with Sapphire, then Michael Antoine McMahon was born, where he had a skin condition called Reed vitiligo. It's the opposite of Michael Jackson. Every year his skin get blacker and darker and blacker and darker. That was the Michael Antoine McMahon type character, and he was probably
Oh,
Trump before Donald Trump was out, as far as the promos and stuff goes, where he would say, let's get everybody out there to vote for Donald Trump because we're going to make America white again. You know, that character would get banned if it was still around, because the Michael Antoine McMahon character was something else. I'll just tell you that.
sounds like a wild boy.
Absolutely.
Just go to YouTube and look up the Mike McMahon Kiss My Ass Club with Tracy Smothers. The late great Tracy Smothers was a part of it, where that character said the real ECW was on the Sci-Fi Network, and your name wasn't Tracy Smothers. My dad named you Freddie Joe Floyd. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, so it's been real wild, you know. And my character will also challenge women to first blood matches. And I
To
would
what?
say, yes,
First
I
blood.
would first blood
Oh,
matches.
I thought you said first wood. Okay, first
No,
blood match. Okay.
yeah, the Mike McMahon character would challenge a woman to a first blood match. Then he would say, if the match was to happen, I will automatically win because you're on your period. Are you
So
okay? You ain't got COVID. You ain't got COVID over there or
you
nothing,
know
right?
what?
Are you good?
I'm getting over a little something.
Oh,
Hold on.
must
Excuse
have
me.
been
I'm
that
just
Moderna shot you just got.
yeah, must have been that Derner. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Moderna would do that.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just, let me get back into it. Roosevelt. Roosevelt. All right. Well, listen, man. This has been a great interview, man. And for some reason, when wrestlers come on this show, Roosevelt always has some type of a problem, some type of an issue with them, and same goes for you. So what we're going to do now is a promo battle. I want you to say some scathing things to Roosevelt, and you just going to go back and forth, man. Roosevelt, you want to go first?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Beautiful people, prepare yourself. We are going to war. All right, Roosevelt, you got first.
You ever woke up in the middle of the night feeling like something was different? You just can't put your finger on it, but it was something. Something was different. It's you. You're what's different. You are something that walks in the middle of the night in everyone's nightmares. You're the reason why people's hairs stand up on the back of their necks. You are fear itself. And I respect that. I acknowledge it. But let me help you understand one thing, soul taker. The only thing I've ever feared is myself. The only thing I've ever feared is myself because I'm not sure of what my limits are. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be able to find out how strong I really am, how fast I really am, how tough I really am. And that's disheartening to me. That's a hard life to live because no matter who I get in the ring with, no matter if it's somebody that's 7 foot tall or 5 foot nothing, I'm never going to die. I've been cursed to live on this planet beyond its end. And someone like you with the name Soul Taker thinks he's going to step in the ring with me and take my soul. Let me explain something to you. Taking my soul will drive you crazy. Taking my soul will make you go and say, taking my soul will make you want to kill yourself. No souls matter. No, soul taker. You don't matter. Because when you step in the ring with me, you find out firsthand that my name is written on a book of death to never be touched. My name is Roosevelt's, and I like to fight.
It's a little like the Soul Taker them brought the evil out of Roosevelt, man. Oh man, that was a great cut. Soul Taker, what you got?
I just heard the comments from one Roosevelt. But if you step in the ring with me, it'll be like if I was George Zimmerman and you're Trayvon Martin, because you'll be running in the wrong ring, Trayvon. And after I'm done with you, Roosevelt, you say you want to live. Well, I'll just tell you this. You can live long as you want. But when you step in the ring with me, you might as well write your own obituary. Because if you step in the ring with me, your black life will not matter. There's nowhere to run, Roosevelt. Nowhere to hide, Roosevelt. No souls matter.
Oh man, your black soul don't matter. Jesus Christ, man, you guys, both of y'all scared me. Oh man, that was a great promo, man, from both Roosevelt and the Soul Taker. Now somebody got to book it.
Mhm.
I got to see this match now. It has to happen.
I'm sure if it happens, I'm sure it's going to be fire.
Hellfire.
Absolutely. Hellfire and brimstone, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Soul Taker, this has been an amazing, amazing interview. And we, again, appreciate you taking the time from taking souls and being a part of our interview tonight. Tell us, tell the good people, where can we find you and what you got going on?
Well, if the fans want me to cut a promo on them, all they got to do is look up Soul Taker / Nigga Taker on Cameo. Also, Evil Soul Taker on Instagram. And there is a link connected to all of my social medias. And if there is a promoter out there that want me to take souls in their promotion, they can contact me via email at evilsoulstaker666@gmail.com.
You heard it right. Oh man, Soul Taker. We definitely got to have you back on the show, man. You are a gentleman and a scholar, and we appreciate you being on the show. Listen, we like to usually end the show with a positive word, some motivation, something to help people get through their week. And I know within that dark, brooding soul, you got some type of advice for the people. So, Soul Taker, do you have a final word for the people?
No souls matter.
Oh shit! Did he disappear?
Yeah, he just
Oh, well, beautiful people, we can't hold you no longer. Check us out on our platforms, the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Until then, I guess we'll see you at another time. Man, this dude just disappeared. Listen, I'm about to crack open a fresh bottle of holy water. I'm about to call my mama to pray for me. Beautiful people, we can't hold you no longer. We bid you adieu.